At Heathcote School, graduate trainee and science teacher Gareth Jones has been filmed during a lesson and observed by mentor and head of science Cara Matthews.
Hello.
Hi Cara. Hi Tony.
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
Come on through, take a seat.
Gareth has viewed the lesson again and now he's come for feedback from Cara. She's been joined today by visiting university tutor Anthony Bartlett.
Did you want to have a look at it and we'll go through it slowly?
Yeah. Let's take a look, shall we?
We need to make sure that trainees have the best feedback we can provide for them. And I need to make sure that the feedback is fair, that it gives people encouragement, at the same time gives them a critical approach and gives them key targets to work on.
So here we've got the arrival of the students. Talk us through it, what was happening.
Basically, I allowed the students to come in without having lined up out the front, so they're all coming in as sort of dribs and drabs as they're coming from their various lessons.
The school have come up with a tool for the mentor to feedback their observations, while at the same time encouraging the trainee to have insight into their own practice.
Tell me what you think of your questioning skills.
Can anyone identify what the gas we're producing is? If we've got zinc. I wanted to try and ascertain what level of knowledge had they recalled all the things we'd talked about in previous two lessons on this subject. My questioning was a bit vague. It was addressed to the whole class. The same student kept putting their hand up and I kept talking to that one student.
So what happens, Gareth, when you just open it up to the class rather than to a named student?
People call out.
I'm really pleased that you noticed that, because it was one of the things that I wanted to bring up in discussion. Because it's an area that gives you a lot of control in a classroom, but it also builds relationships with individuals within the class.
We're trying to create reflective practitioners because it's only reflective practitioners who move forward and who improve. We want them really to be critical and not just think that was a good lesson, but we want to know why it was a good lesson and how they could improve that.
Definitely really important for them to reflect on their own lesson, which is one of the reasons we've incorporated the filming of lessons so that the trainee can then look at their own lesson and see it as though it was a student in the class. And it gives them that possibility to see things that perhaps they missed.
And you see that she really responded well. Gave her a wry little smile. She really liked the fact that I was rewarding her by giving her the stars on the piece of paper. I didn't see that until I'd evaluated it, and so now I know the importance of making sure.
Mike Stevens believes that getting the relationship right between mentor and trainee is pivotal to effective feedback.
The relationship between the mentor and the trainee has to be a very good one. It's a critical friend role. It's not just top-down. The mentor has to be supportive in the sense that he or she has to be approachable. The mentor has to have the trainee's trust. Trust is absolutely fundamental.
The most important fact of feeding back is to incorporate the positive aspects of the lesson. If the trainee doesn't feel that you can see the positives, then they get very disheartened, and then they're much less likely to evaluate their own lessons positively, and they're much less likely to believe in themselves as teachers. If the positive relationship is there, then you can start moving on to how we can improve the areas that were perhaps not so good. Get started as soon as you can with that START activity. That would be very easy to meet.
Absolutely, Gav, because you've got a lesson plan that says 55 minutes, you've lost 5 minutes, how are you going to make it up?
The Link Tutors visiting is really valuable. It allows you to see that as a mentor you are doing what the university wants you to be doing. You're giving the feedback as the university wants it to be done. All the training is there in place to help us and to make sure that we know what we should be doing, but it's nice to have a Link Tutor come in, co-observe with you, standardise your feedback, have that discussion opportunity, see that you're seeing the same things.
There were so many activities in that lesson that made it enjoyable for the students.
What we're trying to do here is to put the focus on the trainee. We are really throwing it back to them and saying, this is your job, this is your role, it's your training, and we need you to be very critical and self-reflective about it.
What you've shown there is very, very good. So well done and thank you again.
Thank you very much.
I'm delighted, Gareth. It's lovely to see you again and making such a great start. I'm really pleased for you. Well done.